Grab yourself a hot drink and let's judge some books by their covers. I'm going to destroy my shelves and go through the prettiest paperbacks that I own. Hot beverage has been acquired. Preliminary sip has been taken. The reason why I am doing prettiest paperbacks and not prettiest hardbacks or prettiest books I own in general is because a lot of my hardbacks are special editions, either from Waterstones or they are Illumicrate special editions, and naturally this means that they are all stunning and I love them so much, and maybe one day I'll do my favourite hardback covers. But for now, there are so many paperbacks on my shelves, some of which have ugly covers, some of which have beautiful covers. Okay, now we can get cracking. First up, we have a horror graphic novel series. I have 3 volumes and they are gross. In a truly fantastic way. Let me show you. Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Horrid, but fantastic. So I read all of these books in 2023 and can confirm that the covers match the content. The content is fantastic. They were creepy, they had me on the edge of my seat. I was looking behind me when I'm reading it, and that is the mark of a good horror. If I have to check behind me to check there's no monsters, that's a good horror. So, would recommend. Next up we have a queer YA magical realism, I would say, genre. Good sentence. It's a duology, and the covers. The books are Pet and Bitter by Akweke Emezi, and the covers are so beautiful. I don't usually like people on a cover, but I think because these are illustrations, they just look so beautiful. It's the gold foiling for me. I think that Bitter's probably the prettier cover. I love all the little details, so there's the paintbrush on Bitter, there's the feather on Pet. Look at the gold eyeshadow. Can you see? So beautiful. Does the cover match the content? I loved Pet. I read Pet first, and then Bitter is the 0.5, I think they refer to it as, so it's a prequel. I love Pet. Bitter, I think I felt the YA of it, and I kind of lost my way a little bit. It dragged a little bit for me, but I think I still rated it 3 stars, so still a very good read. But I think Pet for me was a 4-star because I loved it. And the covers, fantastic, 10 out of 10, perfect, no notes. Despite saying that I don't like covers with people on, this is the 3rd book in this list that has a person on the cover. This is She Is a Haunting by Trang Van Tran, and it is beautiful. It may not look like much from far away, but the detail is so incredible. First up, it's an illustration, and just look at the detail in the eyes. It had me so intrigued, and I can 100% confirm the contents match the cover. This was a 5-star read for me. I read it while I was on holiday, and I absolutely loved it. I have skipped to the good part, but this is a YA horror about a haunted house, and it is queer, it is beautiful, it's got a sapphic romance kind of B story, which is just perfect. What more could you possibly want from a book than a sapphic horror? I don't know. I can't tell you, because that's all I want in a book. Next up is kind of an unassuming cover, but I think it is just the colour combination for me. I love a black and gold cover, especially if this is a horror. For me, that is the right vibe. This is Hare House by Sally Hinchcliffe, and not only is this black and gold with the gold foiling, we love the gold foiling, it's got dead animals on it. Now, I cry at roadkill, okay? Dead animals is not something I look for ever. But on a cover of a horror book? You've got me. You've got me in a chokehold, Sally. Now the contents of this, I rated this 3-star, and I have not stopped thinking about it since. I think it's been about 4 weeks since I read it. I think I rated wrong. I think this is a 4-star for me. It was a really enjoyable horror. It was atmospheric. I was so excited to pick it up again. I don't know why I rated it 3 stars. Was I having a bad day? She's worth more. She's worth more. Okay, I'm gonna go on Goodreads right now. Actually, I'm gonna change it to 4 stars. Please wait there. Please hold. Watch this. Here we go. A 4-star read. Last up that I've read this year is The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enriquez. And, take a little moment, please. I don't think purple covers exist enough in the world of horror. First of all, the illustration? I think the purple colour is just so... This is sultry spooky. I am seduced by how spooky this is. Are you kidding me? Look at that illustration. The thumb in the eye? It's nasty, and I'm here for it. Does the cover match the contents? Yes, it does. This is a collection of short stories. They are all horrific and disgusting. I really love Mariana Enriquez. I think she's a really fantastic horror writer. Totally would recommend. And look at that cover. Pride of place on your shelf. Out of the books that I have read prior to 2023, there is just one that stands out to me. And I have a deep, deep love of this author. I think that everything she writes is fantastic. And so I am proud to present Mouthful of Birds by Samantha Schweblin. The colours in the cover are so pretty. It's dark, but it's colourful. It's just, look, have a look. The butterflies, so beautiful. On the back it does say, a cloud of butterflies, so beautiful its mothers. Samantha, this is so beautiful. Does the contents match the cover? I am so pleased to say I rated this 5 stars. It's a collection of short horror stories, and Samantha does horror so well. She knows how to creep you out. It's not gore, it's just weird. It's weird and it's wonderful. I have read all of her fiction that's been translated into English and can confirm she is stellar. Like, she's fantastic. She's such a good writer. I am basically just biding time, waiting for her to publish something else in English. Big fan. Big fan. I have 3 paperbacks on my TBR, not in total. I have several 100. I have 3 beautiful paperbacks on my TBR. The first of which is a cozy fantasy, a cozy mystery. It has sapphic romance, and I have begun reading it. Where it is currently parted, I have got to, I think I got 40% of the way through, and I soft DNF'd it, meaning that I will pick it up again at some point. I just wasn't perhaps in the right frame of mind for a cozy mystery or cozy fantasy, so I've put a little pause on it, but I will return. And that is Can't Spell Treason Without T by Rebecca Thorne. And the cover is just, first of all, the cover is, I don't know what material that is. You often get it, I think, if you self-publish, but it's just, I don't know why that is. But it's really soft. It's like velvet. It's velvety, and I'm a big fan of that. But that's not particularly why we're here. What we're here to talk about. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the character's name correctly, but Kianth. I remember loving her. I was deeply in love, and the cover is so cute because they are both sitting in their chairs, having cups of tea in the bookshop. It's so sweet. I'm really looking forward to going back to it. I definitely will pick this up in 2024. Wait right there. Next up, we have an Indigenous dark fiction anthology. And I'm assuming, because this is blowing up on the internet right now, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And that is Never Whistle at Night. The cover is outstanding. I think this might be one of my favourites. I'm yet to read this. It's on my list, top of the list for 2024. I might even squeeze it in Crimbo Limbo. But look at the colours. There is so much detail. Oh, the creepy little eyes. Look at the creepy little eyes. The colours are amazing. The detail is fantastic. And the tagline says, "Are you ready to be unsettled?" You know what? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But this is beautiful. I can't wait to read it. And last but not least, we have a book from an author I have never read before, but it has one word in the title that I fall for every time I see it. And that is Now She Is Witch by Kirsty Logan. If a book is about a witch, I want to read it. And if a book has a cover like this with teeny tiny little mushrooms, I want to read it. It has daggers, it has moons, it has wolves, it has rabbits, and it has mushrooms. Let me show you. Apparently, this is a witch story unlike any other. I love witches. And I know that this is not a one-time thing because there is another book by Kirsty Logan called Things We Say in the Dark, and it also has a very similar but very beautiful cover. I'm going to read this in 2024, and if I love the writing style, I'm going to buy the next one. I'm going to buy Things We Say in the Dark. Things We Say in the Dark or Things We Do in the Dark? Something happens in the dark, and the cover's great. Kirsty, your covers are stunning. And that is all from my beautiful cover collection. If you have any recommendations of stunning covers or books about witches or collections of short horror stories, that is my jam, and I would love to hear them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!